Is there any truth to Dre not wanting to give Pac California love?
Absolutely not, because this producer dude did the beat. So Jay Flex is the homie who's signed to my publishing company, and he wrote the song California Love. It was just California Love without Roger Troutman and none of that. So we listened to the song. I'm like, man, it's a hit song, but it'll be a whole 5, 10 years before we do an album on Andre. So me and Pac being so tight, I tell him, I said, look, take off the second verse, and I'm gonna have Pac write to it. Put it on All Eyes on Me. So when Pac came to the studio, I said, I got something for you. It's a gift. And I said, the second verses I took off, so that's you to write to. So take it home and, write to it. He heard it, said, man, I don't got to take it home. I'm going to do it right now. So he ran right in the booth and knocked it out. He did it. Then once he did it, we kept playing it back. Then I called.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Roger Troutman came in. I gave him a couple $100,000. And he laced it. Yeah, and Andre was mad about it because he wanted it for himself. So that wasn't even no situation where it was a good one. We did that. It became history. That's that. And at that time, Pac and Snoop was falling out because Snoop didn't even show up to the California video. We did two of them, one in the desert and one started off at the Compton Swap Meet. Like I said, that's before the shit happened in New York. It was already a situation where I think this jealousy just overtook everybody. You know what I mean? Because it was a time where everybody was running them, and then Pac came and Pac shut the whole West Coast down. Not just Death Row took over. Pac came and did some things that nobody never did before.
From my point of view, right, it always seemed like Pac and Dre never clicked. Why was that?
Well, when he found out that he wasn't doing the production, he wasn't writing no lyrics, and he was like, man, why this dude getting credit for verses he not writing? And why he getting credit for tracks he not producing? And that was his question. But then the final thing was, when Snoop trial was going on, I needed Andre to go up there and be a character witness for him. And he didn't want to do it. So the lawyer's like, man, you gotta go. We need you. He said, man, he was like, you better cancel that. If it's up to me, he going to prison. So Pac was like hot about that because Pac had so much love for Snoop. That's another thing that bothers Pac so much. He was like, I'm riding for this dude, and he ain't riding for me. So that's how it all started going bad. And then they did a song called No Diggity, No Doubt with Teddy Riley. And at the beginning of it, Dre pretty much dissed Snoop about, even though he didn't write it, but it was like Pac thought he was dissing. He said a dog came, all fetch and all that type of shit. So Pac had wrote Snoop a verse. Snoop came and did his verse on Toss It Up. Even though he didn't do it, Pac went in on him, and said what he said and stood by it. But, Pac was just a different type of man, all Death Row. And a lot of people say a lot of things. A lot of people say there's truth on these platforms is because I'm mad about Death Row. That's crazy because we had moved from Death Row a long time ago. I started Death Row in 91. Death Row died in 2001. And I don't know why Snoop or anybody else, if they that good, they should make their own label. But they failed at their label. Or whatever Jay said, Jay said make another hoe, or whatever he called himself, another Jay-Z. And I feel the same way when everybody's, pounding on their chest that have nothing to do with nothing. I'm not mad. Nothing but blessings to everybody.
Yeah, you referring to Lost Ones when Jay said that line about making another Hove?
Yeah. Once again, I'm not a rapper.